ASB Classic. Philippines tennis player Alexandra Eala reflects on semi-final loss and local support. Reflecting on her semi-final exit from the ASB Classic, Alexandra Eala knew things could have ended differently. The 20-year-old from the Philippines was among the stars on center court at Stanley Street before being ousted in the Final Four by China's Wang Xinyu in a tense three-set battle on ASB Classic, a story of grit, hope, and nationwide pride. In the early days of January 2026, at the ASB Classic in Auckland, New Zealand, the spotlight shone on a young Filipina whose fearless tennis and growing stature has captured the hearts of fans not just from her homeland but around the world. Alexandra Eala, a 20-year-old rising star of Philippine tennis, entered the WTA 250 tournament with promise. But what unfolded was more than just a run to the semifinals. It was a moment of inspiration, courage, and collective pride that resonated far beyond the lines of the tennis court. The build-up, dreams carried across oceans. Alex Eala's path to Auckland was marked by momentum and ambition. Fresh off a historic 2025 season, during which she broke into the WTA Top 100, captured her first WTA 125 title, and brought home a gold medal from the Southeast Asian Games, she arrived at the ASB Classic as one of the tournament's top seeds and brightest prospects. From her second-round battle against seasoned competitors like Donna Vekic to her dominant win over Magda Linette to reach the quarterfinals, Alex showcased not just skill but tenacity and tactical intelligence on the court. Her every point was met by a mixture of anticipation and respect, seeded by years of steady progression and hard-earned success. Yet the heart of this story is not just results, it's presence, a young athlete stepping onto a stage where the odds and eyes of the world were finally catching up with her. A journey that began on the training courts of Manila and abroad had led her here, to a tennis center where a growing Filipino diaspora gathered, cheering, chanting, waving flags, and turning every rally into something electric. The semifinal, so close, yet so far. The semis brought Alex face-to-face with Chinese player Wang Xinyu, a matchup that became one of the most riveting of the tournament. It was more than just a tennis match, it was a physical and emotional marathon. Alex fought from behind in the first set, clawing back from early deficits with bursts of explosive rallying and unyielding footwork. The scoreline, 7-5, 5-7, 4-6, barely tells the full story of the 2 hours and 48 minutes of sheer competitive drama. At one point, with match point in sight and momentum in her favor, Alex was tantalizingly close to breaking through to her first WTA final of the year. Yet on the narrowest of margins, a fleeting sequence of games or a handful of crucial points, victory slipped through her hands. The final result may read a loss, but anyone who watched could tell this was no ordinary exit. It was a battle stamped by heart, pain and pride, a reflection beyond scorelines. In words that echoed widely on social media and in interviews, Alex described her feelings simply but poignantly, so close yet so far. In her own voice, raw and honest, she acknowledged both the disappointment and the broader meaning of her journey. She also shared profound gratitude for the tournament hosts and the warmth she felt from local fans, saying, "Thank you Auckland for the warmest hospitality to start the year. Truly felt the Wairua." Wairu, a Maori term for spirit, reflects the strong, reassuring sense of community she felt during the tournament. There's something especially powerful about an athlete who can speak to the emotional weight of a loss, not with defeat, but with respect for the fight it took to get there. Alex did exactly that. She didn't retreat into blame, excuses, or silence. Instead, she acknowledged the positives, the sharpness she found in her game, the strength she drew from facing adversity, and the joy of playing in front of fans who cherished her presence as much as the competition itself. The power of local support, more than fans in the crowd. One of the most compelling themes from Alex's ASB Classic narrative was not just her athletic performance, but how she was loved in the arena. Filipino supporters, local and abroad, filled the stands and watched on screens, creating one of the loudest and most passionate atmospheres the tournament had seen. Hundreds of supporters sporting flags and cheering Alex transformed the venue into more than a competition space. It became a celebration of identity and encouragement across cultures. This support meant something deeper, emotionally and symbolically. For a sport that is more traditionally dominated by European, American, and elite global names, Alex's rise has carved a place for a country, the Philippines, that has seldom been at the forefront of international tennis. In every powerful serve, every supportive roar from the crowd, every flag waved in joy, there was a unified narrative: this is our moment, and she carries our hopes proudly. Fans on social media, and Filipinos watching from thousands of kilometers away, spoke not only of points and outcomes but of pride and inspiration. Many noted that this generation's admiration for Alex goes beyond tennis. It's about seeing Filipino excellence on the world stage, reflected in every sprint down the baseline, graceful backhand, and determined comeback. From heartfelt comments to cheering messages and supportive posts, the community has stood behind her not merely as a player, but as a symbol of possibility. Beyond one tournament, footprints of a future champion. Losses, especially hard-fought, narrow ones, can be transformative. They have a way of honing character, strengthening resolve, and reminding athletes of why they began. For the love of the sport, the joy of competition, and the thrill of testing limits. In Alex's reflections, there was a palpable blend of resilience and introspection, both essential qualities for a champion. Rather than shrinking from the pain of defeat, she accepted it as a teaching moment, one that offers invaluable experience heading into larger challenges like the upcoming Australian Open and the Kuyang Classic. She walked off the court bruised but battle-hardened, with more than just ranking points or prize money, with confidence that she belongs among the world's best. This ASB Classic chapter could easily be framed as a stepping stone, a place where Alex learned, adapted, and emerged stronger. The intensity of the semifinal, approaching 3 hours of high-pressure play, is exactly the sort of crucible that prepares an athlete for even bigger stages ahead. Her capacity to come from behind, to fight through physical discomfort, and to carry the weight of emotional investment from fans demonstrates not just potential, but the heart of a competitor. Conclusion: a loss with a legacy. If tennis is a metaphor for life, then Alex Eala's ASB Classic journey mirrors something all of us understand. You don't always get the victory you want, but you can still be victorious in spirit. From the cheers that echoed around the stadium to the support flowing from her homeland and beyond, Alex wasn't alone in her pursuit. Instead, she carried the hopes of many and delivered a performance that transcended mere competition. In the aftermath of her semifinal exit, what remains most striking is not the scoreline, but the story: a young woman undeterred by defeat,